this is how 1D arrays somehow look like when we graphically represent it. So we say 0, 1, 2, 3. In reality, this have very good usage so far. But if we talk about complex topics, if we want to deal with an image, if you want to adjust the color of an image, if you want to change an image from a grayscale to a colored image, if you want to change the intensity of the image, if you want to deal with anything related to images, images have two parts. So it is, you have pixels this way, you have pixels this way. And inside the image, so the image is actually divided into smaller pixels. Okay, so if you want to say that I want to adjust whatever pixel here and here, and even I want to grab some pixels from the end, or even go to change this image from one type to another, so you actually dealing with a 2D array. Okay, this is only a single number that doesn't have any rows and column. But if you talk about 2D array, so here there is a column, and here we call it row. Maybe remove that part. As usual, this is column 0, this is column 1, this is column 2, and so on. Here this is row 0, and then row, if we talk about row 1, and so on, until we reach the end. So this is how it looks like. So let us see how we can use that. And typically, if you are studying computer science and you are having exams, most of the time, the exam actually come from these 2D arrays. Okay, so that is how it looks like if we talk about it from the point that like that. So this is rows, and we said this is columns. So how many rows and columns that we have here? Are you able to count? Oops. Resume the recording. So the last thing I was trying to tell you here, that can you check and tell me how many rows and columns do we have here in this lockers array?
Oh, okay, you have 6 columns, 3 rows.
Okay, that's good. And then, okay. So, like, okay, again, this is how, if we have an integer 2D array, this is how it should look like. Again, the counting here starting from 0, if you can notice, this is the columns, this is the rows, this is a 1D array. As we said, if we talk about, there is certain ways that we are able to actually convert that into a 1D row array. So this 2D array is, we have what the row 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Look at here, please. So we are able to convert that into a row measure order, which means that we copy the first row first, and then the second row follows here. If you can notice that. Can you see that, please?
Yeah.
Okay. And there is another way that we are able to get the columns one by one, like that. So 2 and 8 first. This is the first column. And then 4 and 10 again, here and here. And then 6 and 12, like that. So it means that based on our loops or our way of writing the code, we are able to get the data in different methods. So either we can get the row first and then put the second row after it exactly, and or we can get the columns one by one and then list them in this way. So far, difficult?
No.
Okay. And then if we look at here, can you please look at this type of code that you see on the screen? Do you see any code in the screen?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, what is
Matrix.
okay? Yeah, and this is the generic format of it. So this is a type exactly same like the data type that we're going to, for the data that we're going to insert inside the 2D array. Is this similar to the 1D array?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. What is different from the 2D array initialization that you see here and the 1D array that you do before? You can refer back to your code if you prefer, but tell me what is the difference? Is that totally new to you, or you have seen something similar and there is a little bit new here and there?
This one is new, right? This column, because we haven't done rows and columns before. So this
It's
whole thing
true.
is new.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
true. But so yes, you dealt with two square bracket before like that in the 1D array, and you dealt with new before, and you dealt with integer, and you pass it some initialization elements. So you, if you want 3 elements, then you put it like that. And but you never dealt with the second second thing, columns here. You only dealt with one square bracket. Am I right? This is what I want to reach out. It's not totally new. You have seen something similar, but you just add to it. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay. So whenever you initialize a 2D array in the method that we are doing on the screen with this kind of code, you end up with initializing three rows and 4 columns like that, but all of them have zeros inside. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, what about here? What do you understand so far from here?
Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is what row and which column?
That is first row, second column.
So where here is the second column? So 0, 1, 2, 3. This is the second column?
Yeah.
Or this is?
No, there's 2.
Okay. Okay, that's good. And here, so same like you did with the 1D array, we was able to initialize our 1D array also in this method by passing it initializer list like that. We are also to do the same. We are able to do the same with the 2D array. So we can pass it a list like this, but notice the difference here, and notice we have 2 curly braces here. So the first curly braces is for the main, and the second one is to specify the row. So this is row 0, and this is row 1. Is it clear from here?
Yeah.
Okay. And we are able to initialize also strings the same way. So we have 2 options here. We can could do the same with the strings this way, or we can use an initializer list like that. So how many rows here? in this list?
3.
Okay, and how many columns?
2.
Okay, that's okay. Sometimes they say that the 2D array is actually can be said that it's an array of arrays. So they can say sometimes that they consider that in this 2D array there is it actually consists of 3 arrays. Each array at the row. So row 0 have an array. At row 1 have an array. Row 2 have an array. So how is that? So if we say that this is called matrix, if we say mat 0, actually we got all this row 0 here. So we got all the content there, and so you see here, this 3 is here, and the 2 is here. Okay, so we have 3 arrays based that we are having 3 rows. Can you see that? 7 here, minus 2 here, and 6 and 1. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, and what about this? Did you deal with that before? Did you use this method before?
Yeah. But we used it for array length.
Okay, perfect. And
so this is the same thing just for
2D also. Okay, what about size? What did we use size for? Do you remember?
We used it for what was it? It was for the strings, right? I remember correctly.
Array list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Array list. Yeah.
Just a curious question, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
How was your performance in subjects that you would like to have a theoretical part? It doesn't have mathematics or anything to solve. Was you good in remembering information? Or
I mean, most of my subjects I was okay. I was quite good on most of my subjects.
okay, which is the best? Which subject is the best?
Okay, the best was maths and physics.
Okay. So the question is that yes, I understand. I can relate that to what I'm seeing from you. You are a very smart person, and but the problem is, a smart person doesn't mean that they are good at everything. That it's God creation, and then he decide what they have. From the smart people that I dealt with, especially in the first world countries like UK and US, yes, they are smart, but this comes into a price. So if they want to um, compare the recalling of information, they are weak in recalling information. Sometimes they don't remember. They tend to forget things easily. So if I ask them to write a code, they will forget things here and there. So they will forget to close maybe the brackets. If there is certain languages that dictate that we have to write if statement on top and we have to write end if at the bottom, they will tend to forget that constantly. This means that this always happens. So they are smart. They solve problems very fast. But if you look at the small details, they cannot see it. So every smart mind will have something that is missing out. So that's to me that's normal. I mean, I understand that, but I start to ask to find out what is really missing, because I know that when you are so great at certain things, then you will start to have something missing, and this is normal. And don't say that you think that this is bad on yourself. I mean, this is always with all the students like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So what I want to say that here. No, I think there is nothing here to add. Have a look at this code.
Okay.
What is different from this code than anything we already related before or dealt with before?
Is it just that the columns are changing? with each.
So
Like
this
first one
is,
is 3 columns,
yes. So
then
this
2
is
and 4.
allowable so far. What we have seen that all of them is like a rectangle and every row is the same size. But here can
Yeah.
show us that it's actually not necessary. So this it's
Yeah.
also possible to have something like that. Can you see the
Yeah.
length here? This is the
Yeah.
length of what?
Of each column. Column 0,
Okay,
1, 2.
column or row?
Sorry. Sorry. This is a row.
Perfect. Good answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we deal with columns, like I tell you, in exams, so again we anticipate that in the future you will have to deal with this kind of subjects, even if you don't study, if you don't become a programmer. If you study any computer science, they will teach you initially with certain subjects like Java, specifically Java, because Java have will teach you a lot of basic things that is not covered in new languages, that is make it easy for people. But of course, when it make it easy, then some of the basic is not understood, and this is here clear in Java. So what I want to say, you need to learn common algorithms. So you need to learn, we need to learn here in the next slides how to traverse an array by row measure order, and then traverse it by column measure order, and we have to follow that list. So we will see. Okay,
Mm.
so have a look here. I I want you to look and tell me what you understand, and then after this you will write the code.
Okay.
Codes sometimes are difficult to understand. I want you to focus on the big points. How many loops you see in front of your eyes?
2.
Okay, let's focus on that. And the first loop is called row. We have a row inside it, right? Row variable inside it. And the
Yeah.
second for loop we have column, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now look at the difference between this and this.
Okay.
So this give me the length of what?
The length of the row.
Okay. So how many rows we have here?
3.
Okay, 3 rows. Okay. What about this? What does it give to me?
Mm.
Have a look here, please. This is similar.
Yeah.
This is exactly similar.
Yeah, this is the length of the row.
You sure? The row? So at mat 0 is that 3, and at
Yeah.
matrix 1
Yeah.
is it 2?
Yeah.
So is that the number of rows or columns? What do you think?
Oh, so yeah, that is a number of columns
Yeah,
in the
so
row.
zero,
Yeah.
one, exactly. Zero,
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Okay. So when you use something here like that, then you end up,
Yeah.
yes, this is a row, yes, true. But at the end, this is a number of elements inside the column.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
okay. So you have two for loops, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Every one of them is responsible for changing something or providing a variable to us. The first loop provide us what? So
Um.
can I ask you the basic again? What is the
Yeah.
purpose of a for loop?
It's to loop the over and over again. Like it's a loop
Oh,
lah. So
perfect,
just go this.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to understand, it is true that it go and over and again. That's 100% true. So I want to know, when I run this code, the values that will come inside row. Row start from 0. The row variable start from 0. And then it will reach what? What is the length it's going to reach? So what is the possible values that row will have? 3?
3.
Okay,
well,
so
0, 1, 2.
So 0, 1, 2, like that. Correct, right? Okay. So every time it runs, it will have a different value. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, what about here? What about this for loop? So it's column, right?
Yeah, so the same thing. Every time it runs, you'll have a different value because
for the column.
At first the row is 0, like in the row length, the mat row length. First it's mat 0 dot length, then it's mat 1 dot length, then mat 2 dot length.
Okay. And yes, but the column values will be what? 0, 1, 2 or 0, 1 only?
No.
It will be different.
Column values will be 3, 2, and 4, right?
3, 2, and 4. Exactly. Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
So, okay. But the length, so it's 0, 1, 2 in the start, and then it will be, okay. Now, first of all, so every time we run the first for loop, it will execute or run this for one time, this loop inside for one time. Okay, but to execute one time from this loop until it finish and come here and print something, so it will actually execute a variable amount of times.
Yeah.
So one time from this for loop will result in maybe 3 times here. So in the first, if we talk about here, so this means that this loop inside this line will be run here for the first time. When row is equal 0, it will run for how many times? 3 times. We will print that for 3 times. That's why you see here 3, 4, 5 as an output. Is it clear? This is the first time that at row 0, when row equals 0, we will have column 0, 1, 2 being printed out. So, okay. And then the second time when this become 1, we will have the column here inside this loop change from 0 until 1. And then we will print out this. And then the third one, we will print out that. Clear?
Yeah.
Run the code. But then I have to close and we open again. Okay?
Okay.